I believe I have done it. This is a infinite village breeder and quad crop farm. This is a play off of Impulse SV's villager breeder, and he had one of these quadrants coming into an angle here and throwing food at these villagers here to breed, and then the extra crops would then go down to the bottom. I have added 4 pods, so now we have wheat, potatoes, carrots, and beets. They're throwing the food. It's coming down here. We're getting it sorted as it comes in. And we will have potatoes, beets, carrots, and wheat. They will also throw bread, loaves of bread. So I have an extra chest here. Sometimes seeds get caught in the system, things like that too. So I have an extra chest here that they can get put into. But let me show you how to build this thing, and I'll show you it working perfectly fine in my survival server. This is where we'll begin building our new villager breeder. The torches represent the outside of where the building will go, and the block in the middle represents the very middle of the farm. I'm going to start over here with a pod for the baby villagers to go to. Now we'll connect this up to where they'll fall in down here. Okay, now we have the channel where our baby villagers are going to drop down in here, along with our crops. Our crops are going to get picked up by these hoppers, but the baby villagers are going to keep going down the line here and end up in this pod here, where we can then later collect them and move them wherever we need to go. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the sorting system for the hoppers. I have 4 different crops, so I will use 4 different filters. And the last one will be for any extras that happen to come through the system. And then down here we'll have our chests. Some hoppers going into those chests. Now we'll set up a filter for the hoppers. We will need a line of blocks on the back with some redstone torches in front. And on top of those, we'll have a block. Coming out from the back of the hoppers that aren't pointing into anything, these are our filters. Out of the backs of those, we're going to have comparators. Now from here, we're going to put repeaters down into the blocks where the redstone torches were on them, and put a block behind the repeaters, and a block on top of the repeaters. It should look like this right now. And again, down here we have our torches. The rest we're going to fill in with redstone dust. I'll open this up a little bit more so you can see what we have here. Now to set up our filters. We'll put a stack of what we want in there, and then the rest we'll fill in with a random block, but it'll all be the same block. So I've got 4 dirt here, and this will count down to 41. And once it hits 41, it'll stop. And that's how we know we set up the filter correctly. We'll do that for the other 3. I set up this extra chest here because sometimes they'll throw in loaves of bread, sometimes they'll drop the seeds, some random things. So you might find those popped in here. All your major crops will be sorted in here, and obviously you can make this deeper and stack more hoppers and chests down below. Next, we'll begin working on the chamber where the villagers will be breeding. I'll come up one more. From here, we'll need to put slabs down and that fence post. If we didn't use slabs, the fence post would connect to the block, and that's not what we want. We want that gap around it so the baby villagers will fall through. On top of that, we're going to place beds, but we're going to have the pillows in the middle. So place it on the outside blocks. Like that. So the The pillow is in the middle. Just like that. And from here, we'll place some trapdoors. Put the hinges on the side in the middle. And then also fill in these spaces here. Now this is where the breeder villages are going to be placed. So you can do something like this where it's got some glowstone on top or a light. It doesn't really matter. But what does matter is while they're in here, we want them to be eye level with the crops. So this will be the eye level of crops. That's going to be where the crops are going to go. So build a platform at the level of the beds. So this is the point where we'll be at now, and we'll start making each of these quadrants. From here, we will build our farms. About 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this block here will be where we'll put a water source. Another 4. And then another water source. This will be the center of the farm. Going out to the sides, we will need 5 spaces in between our water source, and then 4 to the outside. Repeat that coming out here. And then this angle should match up perfectly with this angle, just like that. Then we'll just fill the space in here. From the center water source, we will need a 2-space diagonal, and then the 3rd space is going to be another water source. So you'll have a diamond that looks like this. If you were building this on the ground, you wouldn't need to do this, but from underneath, I'm going to place these here, and then we'll put our water sources in. I like to cover those water sources with a half slab at the top. Now we can go through and hit all these with the hoe and plant our seeds. Now in the very middle, we will need to place 2 blocks for a bed and 2 blocks on either side of where the bed is going to go. That way the villager won't spawn back on top of the bed when he wakes up. He will come off to the side. So in the very middle, we'll place our composter, and then we'll place our bed pillow facing into the villager breeder. Above the composter, we'll just put some glass, and you can put a glowstone on top. Over the bed, a couple of slabs. I'm just going to do a glass ceiling, just to make it easier to see. But you can put whatever kind of ceiling you'd like. Put a solid block. I would recommend covering it with slabs so it doesn't spawn anything on top. Over top of each water source, I'm going to place a light, and I'm just going to do the walls glass as well. Again, you can choose whatever block you'd like here. Now, this spot here is complete, other than we do need to plant the seeds and bring the villager in. But we're going to repeat this exact same thing on each of these 3 more sides. I'll fill those in, and I'll show you what it looks like when we get back. And once you've got all the farms filled in, you're just going to irrigate them and hit them with the hoe, and then just plant your crops. Once you bring your villager in to work the farm, you will see the green particles, and that will indicate that he has selected this bin and that profession, and he will harvest all of the crops. Just a reminder, underneath these slabs here is a water source to keep the crops irrigated, and underneath the middle. Here we have the trapdoor on the ceiling just inside the pod. We're going to put 2 villagers in here. At night, they will sleep in these beds, and the farmers will sleep in their respective beds. By putting a slab on top of the bed, it prevents him from, when he wakes up, spawning on top of the bed. He will instead come off here onto the sides. You may notice it helped to move the light up into the ceiling and place a bell underneath of it. That will help all of the other farmers and villagers to recognize this being the center of the village, and they will come here more frequently to drop off their food. There you have it. That is a fully functioning villager breeder and unlimited crops. These farmers will gather up the crops. Now, it will take them a little while to build up their inventory and for the breeders to build up their inventory. Once everyone's inventory is full, the farmers will throw food at these guys, and these guys won't pick it up, and it'll fall down below, And then all of the crops will come down this chute and get sorted. And the baby villagers will flow down this tube and come down to the end here to this chamber. And I believe that will conclude our tutorial. This can be built on the ground and the chute going in the ground. You can see here the farmer is having hearts as well, but he will not be able to successfully breed. And this is the exact same farm built in my survival world server that I play on. Did not have enough to finish planting it, but he will continue to plant. And as you can see here, it is just walled off, but it's the same setup. We have the two villagers in the middle. I did not put a bell there yet, but that will help. And the farmers will throw the food at the breeders, and the breeders, oh, I picked it up. The breeders will drop it, and it'll go down the chute. I built this on ground level. And the chute goes down into the ground. And here I have the collection system. As you can see here, I'm getting carrots, potatoes, beets, bread, and sometimes seeds and miscellaneous items may pop through here. So I have a spare one coming through there. Over here is where I have the villagers coming to. I currently have I have enough to do what I need to do. So what I set up here is this is where the babies will come down at. And the babies can come out and be fine. But I don't want any more to be in here. So I flip this lever. I have a sticky piston right there with a block, and that is a lava. So right now the babies are coming down and just going into the lava. That will help reduce any kind of lag on the server. That'll do it for this tutorial. Hope you all enjoyed my infinite villager breeder and quad crop farm. If you did, please smash that like button and make sure to subscribe for more to come. Thank you, and I'll see you around.